time to like get this synergy to work as a team as well. But 9Z Globant here, it's a special case because they are evolving during the tournament.
Yeah, I was about to say that yeah, 9Z did have that issue where they weren't able to speak with their jungle, and the private did say communication is key, and it's proven here that just that little bit of that they weren't able to even talk with their jungle to see what he planned to do can make a big difference in their team synergy. And here it's living proof that now that they have that, they are able to, this could be a possible sweep against Octa. They went ahead and started banning Harley here and the Freya.
I want to say too, where were the bans going on the side of Octa? It was mostly the marksman for game 1 too, because they were trying to, like I said, they were paying respect to Gusta Lagusta. The second banning, the second game, I felt like there was a lot of those mid bans that came out from the side of Octa Gaming, which is curious to me because you're focusing, when you're drafting, your focus is on a particular person, a particular player and their hero pool, rather than the composition that you're able, like how are we going to enable our composition? And that's not, you don't do that by just like trying to nail down Gusta Lagusta's hero pool, or you don't do that by trying to nail down Fashions hero pool. You open up other picks that might counter what they have or what they're going to be picking. And here, for some reason, it feels like we have like a different strategy or mindset when it comes to some of these drafts.
I've been waiting.
I'm a little curious though. Zushin and Phoveus are open here. Are we going to give those to them both at the same time? Because now you only have one ban left on 9Z's side, and you're not going to be able to pick either of those heroes.
I'm waiting, 9Z. I'm waiting. Come on.
I'm thinking it would probably be Zushin that's banned.
You know what happened?
Oh, never mind, I lied. They think of Phoveus is more of a threat, so here we go. They're gonna be able to pick up that Zushin starting out.
Okay, so now Harriet is the third ban here, but after, like, we were talking to Gusta Lagusta about Zushin's situation yesterday, and he was talking like, okay, we know that Zushin is really strong, and now we are like finding ways to solve this problem, you know, how to play against Zushin, you know. So maybe they have a plan, maybe they have some strategy here for Zushin so far. Ivy is the first pick here coming out from 9Z Globant.
Yeah,
that's go ahead.
No.
That's exactly what they were talking about yesterday, is that they have been working on ways to deal with Zushin. Me personally, I've said it over and over again, if you're going to let it through, you need to have something that's going to be able to get to that back line to shut her down. You can't just allow her to exist. Of any of the heroes, she is the most dangerous when it comes to just being this offensive power against your team. Ooh, and I feel like Octa, they're very secure. They understand that they have Zushin without the ability for 9Z Globant to pick it up. So they're going to be very patient before they even snatch that up. Here, they have the Sora out there. They pick up the Sora because Eve is out there. So they know the Valentina isn't going to show up unless they put the Valentina into the XP lane.
I feel like that just leaves it open for 9Z to ban it out now. They won't be able to pick up that Zushin, but at the same time, right, you said Valentina's out there, so they might want to pick her up instead for the fact that she is Sora's counter. But then they wouldn't even choose it here as well, because they already have Eve, so...
Okay, Grok and Guinevere here, so roaming and a jungler, possibly jungler here on 9Z Globant composition so far. So a very interesting combo coming up like from the Tectonic Charge and the Jump and the Requiem Violet here on that execution from a 9Z Globant. Even though you still have the real world manipulation as a support for that kind of situation here from a 9Z Globant. I'm curious now to see if Octa is gonna choose Zunshin now, or like they have another plan for not breaking Zunshin, and maybe Nice Globant banning on the next phase. I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
okay, so I guess they just didn't want to use it. they're trying to dare. Maybe it's just some plan that they might see something that we don't when it comes to enabling and allowing Zushin out here, to the point that it's like, yeah, they're not gonna fall. We're not gonna fall into that that plan there, especially when you've got a good amount of control coming out from 9Z Globant here. The real world manipulation coming from the Eve, and then you've got the Tectonic Charge coming from Grok, Guinevere with her pop-up and the Violet Requiem. I mean, it's a good ability to kind of wombo combo onto each other. The last time we saw Grok, though, I felt like when Octa had him, I felt like we were lacking in the damage department. I'm actually trying to remember how much Guinevere kind of scales. I feel like she's a pretty good early game hero when it comes to the damage that she's able to dish out, but it's kind of a one person, or whoever she catches with that jump or with that knock-up is who we're looking for. With Grok, I believe when you hit the T-charge, or even when you swing, when you do your ability that swings, if you hit them into a wall, they pop up. Do they pop up, or do they just stun?
Just pop up.
Also,
I'm not sure.
Oh, just a pop-up.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think I'm almost sure that it's just pop
Yeah,
up.
it seems like a pop-up.
Getting stunned. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's even better then. Even if it's not a stun, it's a pop-up, which helps Guinevere to be able to run in there and get a Violet Requiem.
Yeah, I think Grok can also be used to kind of stop Sora's combo, right? Just throwing out his walls on him, kind of like interrupt it to kind of like mess him up, no? Like, I heard that usually heroes that interrupt Sora's combo is a factor in stopping him from doing what he does best. So I'm not.
You mean with the T charge, the ultimate?
Yeah, just anything that will interrupt his combo, like his combo.
For me, I think I'm pretty sure Sora, especially when it comes to shifting skies, or I forgot what the punches that he can lay down there. I don't think he's targetable during at least during the shifting skies. I know when he gets into the air, I'm not sure how targetable it is. From what I remember, the whole reason that he is so powerful is because when he gets into the air, you can't target him, and he's going to be able to kind of lay waste, and you have to be able to kind of either spread out or find a way to stop him. And it's gonna be curious to see what or how they go about stopping him. Yep. Now they're just gonna go ahead and ban out the Zeus, and they're like, you don't want it, fine, we'll take it back.
Yeah, so now I was curious about like if they were about to use Zushin, but now I'm curious. Okay, Valentina, all right, so I'm not curious, and I'm not curious anymore. They already choose Valentina here from mid lane. Oh, it's gonna be very interesting here, especially with this backup ability to copy the enemy's ultimate. So that's gonna be very interesting, especially on the mid lane here for Sagan.
Yeah, I think that Valentina's a good pick because she could steal Yi's ultimate, so it kind of gives them that additional CC, right?
As far as options for Gusta Lagusta, I mean, you're looking at a Bruno, hopefully not, I don't want to call out a Wan if he's feeling super comfortable for no reason. But Bruno, I think it has that burst damage that they could possibly use here. Ooh, Alice coming out.
Oh.
And, Obsidia. I haven't
Latch
seen
on.
Obsidia in a very long time here either.
Yeah, she's be able to latch on to people.
I'm not
But that
sure.
could be bad for her.
Okay. Oh, it is good for 9Z Globant. Maybe on the next game. Like two games later, Obsidia is getting strong to impact in a good way for 9Z Globant's composition. He's gonna need like 8 or 9 items here to like cause a damage on this game.
8 or 9, just a few though.
Granger could be chosen.
Yeah, I was expecting that. Not 1-1. by the way, because it has to be some condition to pick 1-1. But Obsidian,
My imaginary world.
they're like buying a lot.
No, my God, you you were saying not 1-1. There she goes. There she
That's
is.
it. Bye everybody. Bye bye. I'm leaving. Bye bye. My
Unmatched.
goodness.
Okay.
Okay, so 1-1. Here's the last choice for Octa Gaming, especially with the ultimate here to get in invulnerable. Yeah, I mean, might be good for avoiding like Violet Requiem and the Tectonic Charge from Grok, for example, you know. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, because I trying to figure out like this composition coming out from Octa Gaming, especially when it comes to the execution. Use the way of the dragon, or the phantom scene here to cause damage with the players isolated to get specific pickoffs here. Okay, and when it comes to Sora's ultimate, especially the tanky ones with the controlling thing, okay, but despite that, I have to see. I want to see what is going to happen here.
Yeah, usually when you have a Cho pickup on your team, you're looking for that burst after the Way of the Dragon to immediately shut down that target. But ladies and gentlemen, with their backs against the wall, Octa Gaming looking for a victory to continue their path here in the upper bracket. 9Z Globant, to the surprise of many, sitting at game point.
Yeah, so everybody here, welcome to the Land of Dawn, to the third game. This might be the last one here. 9Z Globant versus Octa Gaming. The winner here today is gonna face Alpha 7 on probably the next weekend. So let's go, Private.
Yeah, both of these things, when it comes to seeing the Wanwan out there, I'm kind of wondering, is there something here that shines for the Wanwan, or is this more like a mind game from V2 to Gusta Lagusta to be like,
yeah.
Oh, your favorite hero is Wanwan? Let me show you how to do this this Wanwan boogie here. So it's gonna be, oh man, I'm so interested. I'm so invested. I want to see how this. I wouldn't mind if we just stayed at the gold lane. I just want to see how these two dish it out. Both teams kind of being very respectful here. Not too many invades that we're seeing either coming out from both of them. They're just kind of moving around, getting their jungle, waiting for this first turtle.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I'm curious about like that situation, 1-1 versus Gusta Lagusta here, because on one hand you have the situation, you might have the situation that V2 say, okay, I can show you how you play with, wow, in the mid lane here.
Yeah, out comes the real world manipulation. Seegan's gonna have to use that flicker to get out of harm's way, but it does offer a lot of room for Octa Gaming to be able to scoop up that turtle. Now coming in, we do have the shifting skies. Chino gets popped up there. Might not be long for this world. Violet Requiem able to take down Saber. That's gonna be a first blood for 9Z Globant.
Oh my goodness, what a right time here to get the level 4 and using the Requiem Violet here to guarantee the first kill for 9Z Globant. Once again, Luizinho is on fire. The turtle was for Octa Gaming. Okay, but the kill went for 9Z Globant.
Yeah, and that's going to go ahead and keep them in pace and a little bit edging ahead when it comes to this gold lead right now. First blood out there for 9Z Globant, and both of these teams, like I said, still kind of playing it very slow. We do see that Octa Gaming now making their way through 9Z's jungle here, trying to steal up a bunch of those minions before rotating, maybe looking for a gank down at bottom. Gusta Lagusta, and there's no way Gusta Lagusta doesn't realize he does get caught. He's going to use that flicker underneath the tower, gets taken out by V2, but does take Saber down along with them. Tectonic charge onto the backside. Is that going to be able to take down Thanatos TZ? It is. Luizinho with his second kill of the game, putting 9Z Globant up 4-1.
That is the wombo combo that we were talking about here when it comes to 9Z Globus composition. Gusta Lagusta was taken down, but he brings someone with him, getting 1 kill. Okay, V2 with 1-1 has 1 kill also. It's gonna be very interesting fighting here, battle, especially from the gold lane. But even now, so far, okay, we're checking out the gold lane is not even far, like a big deal for 9Z Globant. But more than that, my friend Private, is the confidence, it's the powerful that 9Z Globant is about to bring in this lane of Dawn.
Yeah, now we have all ultimates on our side now. We're going to see how some of these team fights begin to shape out. Lucy on the back end. Ooh, and gets caught with a pop-up and a violent requiem. Out comes the real-world manipulation. Down goes Lucy. Chino with the final kill there. Thanatos down for the count and a T-charge. Able to catch a Saber on the back end. 9Z Globant 7-1.
What in the world is happening here, Private? What a massacre on the early game so far coming out from 9Z Globant. The second turtle, 1 turtle for both teams. But more than that, Luizinho with 2 kills. And this wombo combo, what a fantastic wombo combo. You have the jump plus the Requiem Violet plus the Tectonic Charge in the wall here to avoid anyone to escape from that composition and from that execution. And plus, you still have Chino using the flicker, using the ultimate from Alice here to control the rest of the players. My goodness, 9Z here is on fire today.
Yeah, and the fact that you can just use that jump to check the... Ooh, a T-charge does miss. Segan might be in a little bit of trouble. Gets popped up there. Fashion finding the kill for them. Even with the shifting skies to move them in underneath the tower, 9Z Globants get away like thieves in the night. They find the kill and they disappear into the jungle. Meanwhile, it does look like Lucy gonna go ahead, put some damage onto the top, trying to find themselves a tower, and they do find themselves a tower at the bottom as well. So while they're getting kills, they are losing out on macro, but V2 gets taken out by Luizinho and a mid tower going over to 9Z Globant. This might be the fight that they're looking for. Thanatos is going to be able to find a kill onto Luizinho. Tower, wall does separate him, but he is able to leap over it. 9-2 right now in favor of 9Z Globant. But when it comes to macro, I feel like Octa Gaming is actually hanging in there.
Yeah, when it comes to macro here, Octa Gaming, they still have this leverage, especially coming from the side. No tower in number 1 and the bottom and the top side here, but now once again Chino could be in trouble. That might be a 2v1 on the top side. We are not seeing that.
Yeah, up at the top, if we could get a camera up there to find out what's going on with the action. We have a Way of the Dragon. Tectonic Charge to upset the Way of the Dragon, but Chino still goes down. Luizinho able to find a kill onto Lucy. Gusta Lagusta finds a kill of his own as well. A double for Gusta Lagusta. Is that a triple?
Triple kill for Gusta Lagusta on the gold lane here for 9Z Globant. Gusta Lagusta, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry because I didn't buy the Obsidian situation here on this game. I'm bound to you here, Gusta Lagusta, because this is getting crazy. 4 kills for Obsidia. I want to see the items though coming out from like the 7 minutes from the gold laners, especially here, because man, this advantage. Oh, the damage dealt ranking. Oh, Freshin is getting the top here, is literally the top. Okay, followed by Chino. Okay, but now we're seeing Luizinho with 1 more item here with the Guinevere. It's a 9Z Globant playing forward, playing aggressive, playing powerful here, not private.
Yeah, 13-3 right now for 9Z Globant. Way of the Dragon, latch on to the Lowborough. Crazy can use that flicker and the shifting skies to try to lure him in. He is going to have to use that T-charge to get himself out of harm's way. So he's not going to have a flicker or a T-charge for the next fight for 9Z Globant. That's going to have to be something that is on their mind as they continue to tick away at Octa Gaming. Minions going to be able to make use of this bottom tower, taking it down. That's all the tier 1 tower towers for Octa Gaming side. And right now, Alburo Crazy just standing in front of there, about a 5K gold lead for 9Z Globant. And this team, what they have gone through, and to be able to come back like this, the synergy that these guys has is amazing.
Yeah, so now we're seeing the items. Thank you so much for this amazing production. So we're seeing now this corrosion side and Sky Pierce, but now here comes the, but once again, Private.
Oh, into the back line. They do find a Throne of Rune on the two members. Do have Eve down, laying down that damage with that ultimate coming out. Crossbow Tank is not able to finish the job as Chino able to find himself and escape. The rest of Octa Gaming gonna have to disengage from this fight. Unfortunate for them. Even with, I feel like they had themselves a great combo to come in there. They just didn't have the damage yet to be able to take down 9Z Globant, who are about 6K gold ahead of them right now.
Yes, I agree with you, but one more thing here, Private, that could be worse for Octa Gaming, because I'm going to see on a delay here on the broadcast, but I think that the two players from 9Z Globant, they trying to get the hard engage on the mid lane, while the rest of the teams were fighting on the purple buff. I believe that if all the players were playing together on the purple buff, or even here the real world manipulation plus the Chino with Alice was trying to look the players on the mid lane, but the rest was in the purple buff. That's why they only got 1 kill versus Octa Gaming. But it's so far, Alburo Crazy so confident. Oh, here comes.
Oh, look at that big T charge as well. And down goes 2 members of Octa Gaming. Thanatos looking for an escape on the backside of Violet Requiem is going to be able to take down Saber with the help of Gusta Lagusta.
Private. Once again!
Oh wow, that is amazing. We're getting all robotic because we're having so much fun here.
Complete team wipe!
Take my energy, take my money, take my everything here! 9Z Globant, 3-0, fast, clean versus Octa Gaming.
Wow, what a show! It's a sweep, and 9Z has brought it. They're at this point, it's a whole nother team, the way that they're doing things and acting. 13-3 and kills by 7 minutes, and then they just dominated the map. Even though they were losing that macro at the start, they regained it. It didn't matter. they were just unstoppable. They put that pressure onto Octa and that aggression, and Octa just didn't know how to answer to it.
I feel like the combination the combination of the Tectonic Charge and the Violet Requiem, a huge deal for them to have to try to deal with. Especially when you came in, there was just one after the other when it came to the control. We saw this when it came through the Giraffe. This is a huge amount of control that you're going to have to deal with, not just with the Grok, then Chino being able to come into the back end with the Throne of Ruin, another stun that you guys had to deal with. Here, 22-3, this is kind of unfathomable for the team. 9Z Globant, who had one of the roughest starts in the early Swiss stage here. All of these players have come together to form this a tight and cohesive unit here that absolutely blindsided Octa Gaming.
Yeah, so I agree with Private when it comes to like Luisinho and Fishing, especially with Alburo Crazy with the Tectonic Chart and the Jump and the Violet Requiem here. But we have to talk about Chino also, because he was really crucial with this Alice. Not only to like get in the flank or in the back line here in this team fights, but now to get this sustainability that 9Z Globant needed when sometimes that some things that went wrong in that execution. And also Chino was there to get things under control to secure that advantage for 9Z Globant so far. You see Chino like always playing forward, always like playing aggressive to take down this control also with Alice to cause this damage, to secure that 9Z Globant's actions are gonna be a successful even way on getting the kills for 9Z Globant's composition. So everything worked so well for this composition, and the lineup now with the same page, the synergy is like 100% now. So it's a different 9Z Globant on the playoffs here, and I'm really excited to see that.
Amazing job there for sure. Like Chino, Fashion, and Alburo Crazy, they did an amazing job being there mostly for that team fight participation. They were there like most of the time to be able to let Gusta Lagusa do his thing and get those kills. Like, I really do not know who will be MVP here. The fact that they all brought it and did their part like to a T. They were amazing.
Alburo Crazy.
Fashion did pretty well too as well. I feel like a lot of those real world manipulations were absolutely on point and did exactly what they needed to.
All right, oh, there it is.
Okay.
Fashion with the 5-0-15 KDA, 54.3k total damage, 712 gold per minute. Just put that control. This player just took control of the early, never let the game slip, and they just were able to offer that control to the team and not let up, right? So didn't even die. Amazing positioning.
Yeah, it's an invincible mid lane here, especially when it comes to the using the reroll manipulation so well, so far in most time of the game here to not only guarantee like this advantage when it comes to the damage, for example, but also when it comes to this follow up coming from the rest of the team. So it is plus and very good player here, very good gold lane.